Hi sports fans, welcome to highlights of the big fixture from the other day. WCC second 11 against Crawley CC first 11. Live from the MCG. It was a nice day, sun was shining. There hadn't been any rain in the week, so it's a good pitch. And as a result, Graham won the toss and elected to bat first. So I'm opening up with Ollie K. And we get off to a nice start in the second over as Ollie gets a full toss from the overseas at the bottom end, which he drives through the covers for 4. From the top end, they've got a guy bowling left arm shapes. I hit him over the top here. There's not many highlights in the first 10 overs. It was a lot of running 1s and 2s. Ollie was facing the overseas, and then I go for a big shot as the run rate is going relatively slowly. I try to hit out for 4, and I get caught at mid-on for 16 off 32 balls. We're 26 for 1. Ollie gets one loose from the left armour at the top end, which he puts away nicely for 4. And then Henry Chandler, who comes in, goes back to 1 off the spinner from the bottom end, and he is caught LBW in front of all 3. We're 40 for 2 in the 15th over. The next over, Ollie's out there, caught at slip. He goes for 16. 2 boundaries in there. And then Thomas and Josh Goldsmith are at the crease. Thomas starts off well there with a 4. We're ticking along about 2 and over. We probably need to up the rate slightly, but with losing 3 wickets quite quickly, we wanted to consolidate. Goldsmith manages to do his usual thing of finding a strange way of getting dismissed, and he hits it onto his pad and gets caught. That's the 4th wicket down. Thomas Mohan hits another 4, and then another 4. He's going along really nicely, making the pitch look much easier than the rest of us. And then Toby, who's in at 6, goes for a big shot, and he is caught for 1. We're on 65 for 5 in a bit of a hole here. Johnny Bond joins Thomas at the crease, who continues to go well with another 4 there. And coming like a broken record here, Thomas with 4 more. Johnny gets a bit of the action there with a loose ball that he dispatches for 4. Run rate about 3.5 here as we move on to 80. The next ball, Johnny goes again. Straighter this time, but another 4. Thomas Mohan unleashes an almighty bomb for 6 into the houses, and brings up 100 with a single in the 27th over. Going about 3.7 and over now. With 13 overs to go, we're going to try and up the run rate a little bit. Try and aim for 200 here. Nice shot from Thomas there. 4 more. And then Johnny follows up suit off the spinner at the top end with a nice 4 through mid-wicket. These two bring up their 50 partnership with that shot from Johnny. They're going really nicely, recovered really well. And then Johnny strikes again for another 4. He moves on to 28. And then Thomas, who had been fiddling around on 49 for a bit, trying to find a single, decides to just hit a massive 6 and goes on to 55. A great innings. Really dug us out of a hole. And the team move on to 130. Next over, same result. That was a ginormous hit into the school over the road. Probably wouldn't have caught it in the car park. And then he goes again. Straight this time, flat 6, lovely shot down the ground. And then again, repeats the same feat. That was even bigger. That was into the car park by the pavilion. Another lovely shot. Thomas going really well here. Before he dabbles at 1 off the overseas bowler from the bottom end, and he's dismissed, caught by the keeper for 79. He batted really nicely. Johnny's still at the crease though, and he hits a lovely 4 through the covers. We move on to 163. And then the next ball opens up. A lovely shot over cover again, and that's 4 more. And then he rocks back and hits an almighty bomb. There's been a lot of 6s in the last few overs. And then follows suit there to bring up his 50 with 4 And there's 6 fours in the innings and a 6. We move on to 177 with 3 overs to go. There's Johnny again, pulling away another 4, going really nicely. Run rate up now at 5s. He goes for a scoop, doesn't move, and is slightly barbecued by Shane. But with 2 overs to go, it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get the runs. Approaching the end of the innings, Shane opens up and hits that really nicely for 6 down the ground. And then in the last over, hoiks a short one away for 4 through square leg. And then next ball, a little bit scruffier, but 4 nonetheless. And we move on to 200. And off the last ball, go up to 204. So we were 7 wickets down. We recovered the innings really nicely. Thomas Mohan with 79 there. Johnny Bond with 55. And then contributions from Shane. Me and Ollie both made 16. From the bowling, Adams, the overseas bowled really well up top. I think it was 6 overs for 8 before he came back on. A couple of wickets spread around for the Crawley bowlers. So here's a reply. 205 needed to win. And Crawley were opening up with their wicket-keeper batsman. Robson opening the bowling for us, and he comes in. First ball of the innings. Lovely shot through the cover. Absolutely smashed it. And then Shane from the other end is flicked through mid-wicket. Crawley starting off nicely. Shane again. Punched away for 4 through the offside. Next over, same shot again, same result. Crawley going at a decent run rate here of over 6s. Targeting Shane to the boundary here without the pace on the ball. And another 4 there off Shane. Crawley moving on to 34 in the 6th over. Robson coming in from the bottom end still. He's flicked away through mid-wicket for 4 more by Sethi. He moves on to 17. And Crawley continued to motor with 4 more through backward square leg. Last ball of the over, a really loose shot, but 4 nonetheless. And Crawley move on to their 50 at the end of the 6th over, going at about 7.5 and over. So we really need to restrict them here. Johnny's brought on to replace Shane from the top end. He bowls a nice over. That one was a little bit loose, which goes for 4. And then Graham brings himself on from the bottom end, and he gets a nice wicket there as he bowls all hack for 25 off just 24 balls. Johnny keeps plugging away from the bottom end. He's flailed over the top for 4 there by Hussain. Crawley going at 6s here. Run rate required only 4.7, so they're in the driving seat. And then Graham is hit over the top of cover nicely for 4 by Hussain again. Johnny coming in, and a loose shot and middle stump is sent out the ground, and Hussain is dismissed for 15, and Crawley is 77 for 2 after 13.3 overs. Johnny still coming in from the top end here with Sethi, the set batsman, and he's hit away for 4 through the leg side. He moves on to 45 and then brings up his 50 in the next over off Robson, a loose one down the leg side, and he goes onto his half century with 9 fours. Crawley onto 101 for 2. He played really nicely, hit the ball really hard. Looks a little bit of a class above us. But nonetheless, we keep plugging away. 4 more off Robson down the leg side. For Domke comes onto the bottom end, and he's cut away for 4 through backward point by Haroon. He moves on to 15. Crawley now needs 76 off 93 with 8 wickets in hand, so then the driving seat. Another 6 there from Sethi is going to help their cause. Before they take 1 here. And then Graham keeps going down here. Drop catch there off Sethi. That was quite a big moment in the game. A really hard chance, caught and bowled. But the set batsman there could have gone. Here's Dom coming in from the top end. Haroon goes for a Mahusiv shot, and he's caught by Robson. Wicket for Dom Kay. Haroon goes for 24. Crawley now 154 for 3 in the 30th, needing 36 off 48. Dom's hit for 4 through the covers by Adams, the overseas. So Sethi on 84, joined by Adams. Adams goes for another big hoik, which seems a little bit silly in the circumstances, but he's caught by Thomas Mohan. He goes for 13. Crawley losing a couple of wickets here, getting a little bit nervy. Before Sethi goes down the ground, takes it into his own hands and hits a big 6. 24 now needed off 38 with 6 wickets in hand. And then a little bit of a controversial moment. Sethi goes back and is judged LBW. He goes for 91 off 100. He played really, really nicely. 3rd wicket for Dom Kay there. And then Shane comes back on from the bottom end. And I don't have my finest moment on the boundary as I let 4 spin past me. Graham brings himself on in this crucial over and starts off really nicely with a wicket there of Khan. Crawley now needing just 9. Graham gets Kashif LBW's second ball and 2 really quick wickets, and suddenly the game's back in the balance. Still just 9 runs needed though. Obviously every dot ball counts here. Shane is hit away for 3 through the offside. A bit of a loose shot, but 3 runs nonetheless, and that takes Crawley within 3 runs of victory. 3 wickets in hand. We really need to get a couple of wickets here. And then, with 1 needed off the last over, Johnny bowls a wide in good fashion, and we lose with 1 over to spare. Well played to Crawley. It was a really tight game, really enjoyable game. Their opening bat, who scored 91, was amazing. Graham, Merritt Bland and Dom Kay both with 3 wickets apiece. As I said, Sethi made 91 off 100 balls. We fought really well till the end, but sadly just came up short. Fielding was not great at times. I'll hold my hand up and say I didn't feel particularly well. But Crawley won by 3 wickets, and in the end, it's another game we could have won. So next live stream will be the first 11 against Middleton this weekend. Look forward to seeing you there. And thanks for watching the highlights. Remember to like and subscribe.